My job as a realtor is to study the market and really give you an unbiased view on what's taking place. What are the trends? What are we seeing in the actual statistics? Right now, with this COVID-19 stuff, I'm getting kind of frustrated in that everyone seems to have an agenda as far as the information they're providing. So, my job here is to actually go through the data, let you look at my screen as I'm doing research and sharing with you how I'm interpreting that data. So, if you will hold on, I'm going to go ahead and you should be seeing my screen right now. And what this screen is as a realtor, I have access to something called the MLS, the Multiple Listing Service. This is where all realtors from all companies put the listings in so that we can find them and help our clients. This is where, if you ever wondered how Realtor and Truly and Zillow got their information, they're actually receiving information from the MLS. So there are times where people can put do not send it to Zillow. There's other times where maybe it's been updated and the push hasn't been received by Zillow and Trulia yet. So this is the information where everything should be as accurate as possible. If it's not accurate here, it's not going to be accurate other places either. But what I want to do is I'm going to be focusing on Lexington for these searches for right now. That's what this video is going to be. What I'm going to do is we'll start with the entry-level price point. And that could be $75,000. There's some properties that sell below that. A lot of times those may be manufactured homes, which are their own market. But 100 to 150,000 been a really hot market. If you have a house priced in this category, it will go under contract quick. So we have a bunch of items we can search for. We have different statuses. So let's look at the ones that are closed or pending. Okay. And then we have a category of the date frames we can use. So let's say, you know what, to start with, I'm actually going to only focus on closed properties because that's really what we're trying to figure out. Is COVID-19 stopping real estate sales from happening? My expectation is we will see a drop in sales. What I don't know is, will it shift more to a seller's market or a buyer's market? A lot of people may think it would be buyer's market. I actually do not think so. The reason why is right now, all these mortgage companies are offering, basically a 3-month timeout. So if you've been affected, you can not pay your mortgage, not have any late fees or credit marks. Basically, they're trying to keep people in their homes. So people are not allowed to get foreclosed on if it's a Fannie Mae product. They're going to basically be automatically given a 3-month extension, possibly longer. So there's really no benefit in someone selling out of complete lack of funds based on coronavirus if they have these options. They may have to find other ways to generate money, but anyways, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Are the sales dropping off? That's going to be one of our first indications. The other indication we really want to look for is, are things under contract but not closing? That is almost a bigger fear. That means the process is broken. You may wonder how that could be. Well, there's so many moving pieces to get a house closed. From the loan side, of course, it goes to underwriting. They get appraisers to verify everything. You get home inspectors out there, have time for your due diligence period. The attorney does title work to make certain that there is nobody has a claim to that property that the buyer did not expect, and that if there was any kind of liens, that they're paid off prior to closing. The title research part is the part that I'm most concerned with. The loan process, it could take a little bit longer, but if they can't get the title work done, that's where we're going to see the biggest problem. So what I want to do is say, okay, I'm going to take the pending status off. I'm going to do a high-level overview. You should see it right here. I'm going to close my screen out so hopefully you can see this. Right now, since January 1st, 2020, in Lexington County between the price of 100 and 150,000, 85 have closed. Okay. Now, let's take a month away. So that's 3 months of sales. So that's almost 30 a month. So if we were to say, what has closed since February? That would tell me I would expect this to be somewhere in the 85 minus 30, 55 time frame. 59. So that tells me in the month of February, you know, we didn't really have an issue. How about in March? Did closings slow down in the month of March? I would say no. That's half the time frame, half the sales. So from the 60 in the prior period, 33 closed in March. And again, if you see me, no, I'm looking at the side because I'm making notes because I'm studying the market right now as we're doing this. So now, if you remember, people started really getting worried, I would probably say around the 22nd. So if I go to 315, I think that's just at the beginning when it was hitting the news, but we thought of it as a Chinese issue, not a South Carolina issue. So again, didn't affect anything. So now let's go for this last week. I'm going to go from the 23rd. We had 3 extra days. So let's do the 24th. This is where I would expect things to start being affected. 23, 24, 20, 26. So to be honest, what I would say is that is telling me the system's still working in Lexington in this price point. I would be curious to say, I'm tempted to put pendings in here. I'm going to hold that off on another search. I'm going to go to a new price point now. See if it matters in any certain price point. So now we're going to go 150 to 250. You know what? I'm going to actually go to 300. That way we won't have to do as many of the same searches over and over. And we're going to start going a little bit faster because you know what I'm looking for. I'm plugging in the criteria and I'm reading the count. So 313 meet that criteria in the month since February 1st, 225. Since March, let's cut a month off, should be about 112, 123. Halfway through the month, 63. Last 7 days. Okay, so right now, it doesn't look like the closings are being affected like I thought they would be. And I do not think the high price point would make a difference. I'm going to just, 300 is not a high price point. It should be like 450 to $1 million or 500 to $1 million. Let's just do the 500 to $1 million category just to see what's taking place in that price range. If, instead of $1 million, might as well just leave it empty, right? Because $3 million properties on the lake, we care about those the same as a $1 million property in Shandon or Wildwood. Okay. Of course, those wouldn't have got hit because again, I'm in Lexington. So, okay. Okay, 2 closed And the 500,000 and upper range in 3 months, that's less than I expected. Okay, 12. Eight, 2 months. So that would mean 1 month should be 4. Let's see what that says. 6. Okay. I'm going to do one other thing real quick. I'm going to do a large price range, but instead of closed, I'm going to do pendings. These are the properties that are under contract. Are they going, like, could it be that we're seeing a similar closing transaction, but we actually have a lot more contracts that are getting stuck? That will be the next step we'll search for. Okay, so any property listed since January 1st from 100,000 to 500,000, huge range there, guys, that has gone under contract. There's 244. So now let's take a month away. So meaning it had to have been listed in February 1st or later, which gives plenty of time for those to go under contract. 200. So that seems right. It shouldn't have dropped that heavily. Now, same thing. Things that have went on the market the beginning of March, did they go under contract? 112. So those stats are, again, normal. So now what I want to do is start breaking it down to say, are they getting stuck or are they closing? So halfway through the month. So again, what that tells us is we should be expecting it to be half of this number, so 56 or so. Of course, March is normally a much hotter month than January and February. But okay, so 56, so that was right. So now if we take another half of that away, that's what, 15, 16 days. So add, let's say 8, which would put us on the 23rd. So let's even just go over the 22nd, since the ones close today may not show yet. 24. So let me go ahead and share my screen. So first of all, this is the reason I like to look at data. And whenever I work with clients and they say, well, what should I offer? I always say, let me get to the computer and look at the data. Let me analyze it. Let me make certain I'm not making assumptions that were correct 30 days ago, but not now. These statistics in Lexington County is telling me that things are going under contract and closing, not just going under contract. So that's a much better sign for the real estate community, sellers, and even buyers, because buyers don't want to get in a scenario where they love a house, they get it under contract, they're responsible for doing the inspections, trying to get the appraisal done, and at the end of the day, not closing, and they need to get extensions in order not to be breaking the contract. So this is better for our real estate community than I expected. So right now, what I would say is let's keep an eye on things. But good news, guys, we don't need to be panicked right now. Right now, the system is still working. Buyers are still buying, sellers are still selling. We haven't seen the drop off in sale activity as I expected. But again, these are kind of lagging indicators in real estate. When you put a property under contract, it closes 30 to 45 days later. That means the market we envision today is going to be around Easter. So that's where we're going to also have to see, okay, are things going to be held up between then? But based on the pending count, the properties going under contract seem to be pretty steady. So I actually think the real estate market is going to fare much better than we're going to hear the news say. And again, I'm keeping an eye on it. I hope you keep watching these videos, and if I see a difference, I'm going to show it. I'll be showing it on the screen, and I'll be telling you in this video. Hope you're doing well. Again, my name is Drew Kuhlmann, eXp Realty. Focus in all of Greater Columbia. Love the Lexington area. That's where I personally live. That's why this video has been focused on Lexington, and I'm here to help. So if you want a strategy session, we can do a Zoom call if you don't want to meet face-to-face. Of course, we can always communicate by email and on phone, but I'm just recording a Zoom. If we're on Zoom together, I can share my screen and let you see data. I can show you the pictures of the houses, videos of houses, show you all the details. It's a powerful tool. We can get a lot more done over a Zoom meeting than we can face-to-face because it takes time to go in houses. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.